Good day, good day. My name is Amma Duncan. I am a corporate trainer, a business coach, and founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. It's a beautiful Sunday in Kumasi, and I am so happy for an opportunity to sit in front of you again to talk about something I'm so passionate about. Today, I am reviewing a book by Stephen Pressfield. He's one of the authors I have come to love, and I'm going to delve into it shortly. But before then, let me ask you, please, wait, let me swallow before I ask. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you haven't, why? I'm trying to do this with a serious face, but it's so hard. Okay, so God willing, tomorrow, 31st August, is my birthday, and one of the biggest things I am asking for, yes, for me it's quite big, is to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And so I've been driving this campaign. I've had a few friends joining me, and it's been wonderful so far. And tomorrow is the final day. And I'm asking you as well, if you're watching me, wherever it is that you're watching me from, you can still subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the Fabulous Woman Network. So I really want to encourage you. Every Sunday at least, I bring something inspirational, motivational, something that you can actually practice and, help improve, something that would improve what it is that you do. And so if you check on the channel, you see I've got a few videos already, and I intend to bring you more. And I know that they will be of value to you. So please do go on and subscribe to that YouTube channel of ours. But anyway, today I am talking about Stephen Pressfield's book, The War of Art. The War of Art. And if you haven't read any of his books, he's actually written, as at the last time I checked his website, I believe 16 books. Some are fiction books, or is it fictional, books, fictions, but he's got other self-help books which I really highly recommend. One of my favorites is Turning Pro, which we will likely review next month. But for today, we are looking at The War of Art. And just before I get into the book as well, there's this quote on Stephen's website, which, let me read it. It says, I wrote for 17 years before I earned my first penny. I wrote for 17 years before I earned my first penny. I think it is so deep, and it is such a timely message for a lot of us, including myself. Sometimes you may be doing something and you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're not seeing any results. Stephen Pressfield is one of the examples that we can look to when we are pushing and we know we are going in the right direction, but we are just not seeing the results that we want to see. Okay, so that is just, by the way, that's not even the main thing that I want to focus on. In his book, so I was going to say in his book, Turning Pro. In his book, The War of Art, there are so many valuable lessons. I couldn't sleep as I was reading it. In fact, there were nights that I would be reading, and then I would be a bit sleepy or something, and I would feel sad because I felt like I just need to keep reading. There's so much to take in and digest, because I could resonate with so much of what he was writing. And so because I don't want to go into this book too much, and I mean, obviously I can't even do that. I want to encourage you to read the book if you haven't, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to focus on one key word in his book that he talks about that I could really resonate with: resistance. Resistance. And I'm going to read a few of the of the chapters, not actually the chapters, some of the pages, just snippets of it. If you want the book, you can get it off Amazon or your favorite bookshop, Z Library, wherever it is that you get your book. I'm reading from my phone because I have it on EPUB. So one of the pages, the title of the page is What I Know. This is actually at the beginning. He says, there is a secret that real writers know that wannabe writers don't. And that secret is this: It's not the writing part that's hard. What's hard is sitting down to write. What keeps us from sitting down is resistance. So now he mentions resistance, and I want to go on to read something else before I explain what he means by resistance, or at least what I understand. He talks about the unlived life. Most of us have two lives: the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. Have you ever brought home a treadmill and let it gather dust in the attic? Ever quit a diet or a course of yoga or a meditation practice? Have you ever bailed out on a call to embark upon a spiritual practice, dedicate yourself to a humanitarian calling, commit your life to the service of others? Have you ever wanted to be a mother, a doctor, an advocate for the weak and helpless, to run for office, crusade for the planet, campaign for world peace, or to preserve the environment? Late at night, have you experienced the vision of the person you might become, the work you could accomplish, the realized being you were meant to be? Are you a writer who doesn't write, a painter who doesn't paint, an entrepreneur who never starts a venture? Then you know what resistance is. I love this. And he goes on and on. He gives a few examples. So I'm just going to explain my understanding of what resistance is as he's explaining his book. Now, resistance is, for instance, the thing that will say, you know, when you or you have to wake up early in the morning to go do something, and then you want to get off the bed because you really know you need to get out of bed. However, you're like, oh, just a little more sleep. Oh, you know, just a little more sleep. Or, this thing that you want to do, is it even that important? Or you come up with an excuse why you have to continue sleeping. And this is something that happens to me a lot of times. That is resistance that is stopping you. Just before coming to do this video, I had just eaten my stir-fried jollof kanzo, which I love so much. And I was feeling full and tired. And I was like, you know, even this video, why don't I just wait a little bit more to do it? And the minute that thought came, I said to myself, resistance. That's what it is. I got off my bum, went to take a shower, and then I'm sitting here. It's resistance. And it is something we face all the time. Resistance can also come in the form of, oh, you're not good enough. It can also come in the form of fear, actually, which I will read about. And, you know, he goes on to say here that resistance is universal. He says, we are wrong if we think we are the only ones struggling with resistance. Everyone who has a body experiences resistance. And then he goes on to share a story about an American actor called Henry Fonda. Now listen to this. Henry Fonda was still throwing up before each stage performance, even when he was 75. In other words, fear doesn't go away. The warrior and the artist live by the same code of necessity, which dictates that the battle must be fought anew every day. So here he's talking about resistance coming in the form of fear, which is a huge problem for a lot of people, including myself, and actually I think everyone else. I mean, really, I don't think fear ever goes away. I have listened to so many successful people, so many people I look up to, both in Ghana, around the world. None of them has ever said to me that, Amma, you will stop fearing. And I have never stopped being afraid. No, it never goes away. In fact, I listened to one other writer I love, Elizabeth Gilbert. And she was talking about how she acknowledges that fear will always be there. But she says to fear that, okay, you can come along because, yeah, obviously you insist on coming along, but you sit in the back seat of the car. You don't get to sit at the passenger side. And I feel that that is so powerful, to be able to accept that, okay, fear, self-doubt, shyness, and all these things, they will be there anyway, but we will still do what we have to do. We will still be afraid and do what we have to do. We'll be afraid, we'll have the self-doubt, but we'll pick up that phone or that tablet and do that video anyway. We will probably be making mistakes along the line as I keep making, but yeah, we will still keep on going. This is when, it is at this point that we know that we are beating resistance. It is always going to be there, like your shadow. The book actually talks about it. Your shadow will always be there, but life still goes on. You get what I mean? Resistance is there. It can come in the form of self-doubt, and I face it all the time. Some of the biggest fulfillments I've had from doing some of the best things I've loved doing, I always faced resistance. Not just at the beginning, in the middle, getting to the end. Even after, I would ask myself, what was that about? You could have done it A, B, C, you know. It will always be there. But we still have to do what we have to do. That is why I have come to personalize Nike's mantra, just do it. A friend of mine says, feel the fear and do it anyway, because it's just resistance. It's just resistance. So for me, the biggest thing I learned from this particular book is recognize that resistance is there and then beat it. Or, okay, so saying overcome, I don't know if overcome is the right word, but I think, yeah, beat it or manage it. So it's there, yes, you recognize that it's there, but you're still doing what you have to do anyway. Recognize that it's there, perhaps because you're afraid that you know, the thing is so important to you and you're afraid that you'll make a mistake. That's fine. Maybe it's okay. It's a good thing. It means that you really want to, perhaps if it's a video you want to do for your audience, or if it's a product you want to make for people, you really care about it and you want to do it well. So that's fine. So, you know, just tell fear, I am so grateful that you've made me realize how important this work is. Thank you. But this is where your work ends. Then you go on and do what you have to do. Because if we allow fear, self-doubt, shyness, and all these other forms of resistance, you know, if we allow them to stop us, then we won't live the life that God created us to live, because we'll always be afraid. If you look in the Bible, some of the people, or most of the people God called to do something, they would always say, oh, but God, you know, I don't even have a great voice. Oh, but God, you know, I am meek. Oh, but yes, oh, but God, we all have something else. We all have something that makes it quite difficult, perhaps. But hey, it's part of the experience. That's what makes it all exciting. And that, I mean, today I get to coach other women, and I get to, the experiences that I had, the mistakes, the fears and all, I get to use those to coach them and to help other women. Imagine if my life had just been a ride, you know, I'll just get up and then everything would be perfect. What would I have told people? I still make mistakes all the time. In this video, maybe after you listen, just take your time and scrutinize the video. You see how many mistakes, the words, you know, in my fancy language, you say, mototo papa, I was just speaking, and then, you know, crucifying some of the words. But is that going to stop me? No, resistance cannot stop me, because resistance does not put food on my table. Resistance cannot buy the makeup I've used, clothe me. If somebody comes to me and say, hey, Amma, I need money, I really need money for XYZ, resistance won't give him or her that money. It's the work I've done that is going to determine if I can give that money or not. And so we cannot allow it. Fear will always be there. Self-doubt, resistance, and all, whatever name it is that we call it, whatever it is that is stopping you from doing what you really want to do, it will likely always be there, but you still have to do what you have to do. I just remembered, so yesterday we had the tragic passing on of our Wakanda king. Gosh. So anyway, the guy, I think that he is a hero, you know, Chadwick. For him to have had cancer for 4 years and done all the things that he did in that short time, he's amazing. You know what I think? He beat resistance. He had all the excuses on earth not to go on acting all these, some of these, you know, sometimes he would have to carry things and all while battling cancer. He had all the excuses. So yesterday I was thinking, Amma, you have none of these. Gosh, you are so healthy. What is your excuse? None of the above. I don't have any excuse. Whatever it is that is causing us to resist, we can manage it and still do what we have to do and make the impact that we have to make. Now, of course, we may not all have to make huge impacts like he did, or Obama, or Trump, or all these big people. But you know, even if it's just within the tiny circle you're in, if there's something you need to do to help other people, just do it, okay? Just do it. Do it for God, not for man. Do it for God, and it will be worth it. So that's my message for you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed sharing it with you. Before I go, let me just let you know that if you're a new woman in business and you need help to plan, execute, and achieve your business goals, I am here for you. I have been helping various women over the years, and now I do it in groups. I call it group coaching for startups, where we meet for 6 weeks. Weekly, we get onto Zoom or whichever online platform, and we chat about your business so that we can define action steps you can take to get towards your goals that you have set for yourself. Before then, we get to do a one-on-one session, and after, another one-on-one session. It's a great community of women who will be of value to you in terms of pushing you to achieve your business goals. I want to encourage you to check it out by clicking on the link down below or somewhere around, depending on where you're watching this from. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again, God willing, next week, Sunday. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm asking you nicely. Bye.